Welcome to the Age of Aquarius. This is Amina, your survival guide in the Age of Aquarius. I hope you're doing well. This reading is for Tuesday, the 9th of May. Can you believe it? We're already over a week into May. Wow. When did that happen? Right? A lot of you are probably experiencing what I call a quickening, which is where time just, wow, where does it go, right? That's the way it feels. Anyway, so take a nice deep breath and try to relax. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Nice slow deep breaths as we start to get into this energy. I want you to be able to really relax and shed all the day's anxieties and all the outside world and just focus inward while you listen to the reading, okay? All right, let's get some of our 528 Hertz key energy into our being. This key will help you with cortisol, lowers cortisol, increases testosterone in the brain, which lowers anxiety. It increases oxytocin, which is your feel good, balanced energy hormone, and then it decreases chronogranin A, which is a marker in the saliva that shows up when you have cancer or autoimmune problems. Let's face it, all dis-ease, anxiety and stuff, yeah, this helps that. Also, better sleep and better connection with the divine. Okay, let's get some of this, and this is heart chakra energy. Okay, heart chakra energy, the key of me. It fixes the memes. Anyway, it helps you reconnect your heart chakra so that you have that toroidal field between your left and right brain, also pituitary pineal gland, and your heart. It gets that connection fired back up and gets your antennas working better, repairs DNA. So over time, if you really put this in your life every day, you'll see amazing results. It's the key of miracles. Okay. All right, here we go. 528 Hertz. Ah, very nice, right? So, if you're interested in the Marion method, there is a playlist on my channel that describes how you use that key to help heal yourself. It's a lot faster than merely listening to music in 528 Hertz. It'll take far more time that way. It's an intensive program of detoxing your body, and also shedding trauma. This is and has been a trauma-based system under the age of Pisces. And we need to shed all of that. And that is shadow work. Anyway, this key helps you do exactly that. Not only that, but all those other amazing benefits, plus some that aren't even recorded about what 528 Hertz can do. Anyway, there's information in the description box below where you can order this key, 528 Hertz from Sacred Waves, and it helps benefit the channel. And there's also information there to get a personal private video reading from me. And that's at least for the time being. I don't know how long I'll be doing that. And thank you very much to those that have ordered their 528 Hertz key, because they know they're part of the 144,000 that are going to do this. And you guys understand the math, and you know. You either know or you don't, okay? So, in Aquarius, excuse me, allergies, asthma too, unfortunately. But Aquarius is the sign of I know. And you all have that in your charts. Everybody has Aquarius. That's why the readings are marked to Aquarius, because we are indeed in the age of Aquarius. And yeah, it's time for the old establishment to go by the wayside. And that was a huge case of the Mimis, the narcissistic, sociopathic, uh, psychopathic type energies. Okay. So, information below for doing all of that, booking readings, and for ordering your key if you know you're for sure one of the 144,000 and can meet that challenge of having your heart's weighed against a feather. Okay. All right. So let's get into the astrology, what's going on out there. We all want to know. And what to expect for tomorrow. Well, we've got both Venus and Mars. This is tropically, okay? Both Venus and Mars are in Cancer. That's water energy. And you have to excuse me. Yeah, the pollen counts are off the chart, and it happens to be things. Well, I tested allergic for everything on the planet that they tested me for besides milk. That's the only thing I wasn't allergic to, milk. Anyway, so we have Venus and Mars together in this watery emotional energy. And this feels like a lot of the fact that we have Saturn, the timekeeper, in Pisces, and Neptune, which is in its home sign of Pisces as well. This is tropically, keep in mind. Pisces is also going through this energy about couples and emotions and pairings. This can be, you know, these are contracts, like in the emotional or, um, well, any kind of contract where there's a partnership. So this can be in business or in with relationships, and us learning lessons about those relationships. And I know it's not easy energy, because not only do we have that going on in water, but we have Chiron over in Aries and Black Moon Lilith in Leo. And that's our fire being kind of muted and crippled, and all this water energy. Okay. So we still have that imbalance. We're not, we got our fire to come up. We definitely are maintaining some balance, because we have Sagittarius holding the line, holding the fort, so to speak, for the fire signs. And then we have, uh, well, all the water signs have stuff going on. We've got the South Node over in Scorpio. That's your past and transitional energy. Scorpio's the death card, right? transformation energy. So a lot of huge change. And I got, during the reading, 555. I've been getting it today. And we have two fives on the ground here in front of us with the cards coming out of the deck today. So humongous transitional energy going on. And that's good because a lot of us are basically trying to, well, the water is about healing too, remember. And so healing some internal and external emotional stuff, trauma, whatever, past people that hurt us, and and figuring out, a lot of times, well, we have to try not to take too much personally. We are all connected to each other. So when one of us hurts the other, we're actually hurting ourselves at the same time. So we're actually trying to purge all this and trying to walk in dharma instead of karma. And the Pisces old establishment was nothing but karma, 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 because everybody was acting out of ego, exhibiting narcissistic behavior. I mean, just go look when people list what is a narcissist. If you listen to what narcissists do, not one person on the planet can say they didn't do those things. At least one thing on that list. Okay. Narcissism is about ego. Okay. And you're born with that. It's your survival. It's what helps you survive. So you don't want to squash your ego. You need to balance. That's why I keep saying walk down the center line. You walk that fence between service to self and service to others. All right. Which means you walk the line between your ego and being a doormat. You don't want to be on either side of that fence. Either side of that fence is ugly. There's the ones that get trapped in the um, perpetual victim. They're actually narcissistic. When you become a perpetual victim, that's actually narcissistic. Okay? It's just a thing. And when you become a perpetual victim, a lot of times you forget that there's a lot to be grateful for. You lose that. And I personally tried to help spiritually guide people that were stuck in that mode. And I mean, it's so ugly. And I get why they feel that way. I was there. Oh, poor me. Why did this happen to me? Why did it happen to me? But we get so stuck in that, we forget about the things that we could actually be grateful about. And that you'll discover pure joy if you start focusing on what there is to be grateful for. Some of you are ready for that. Some of you may not be. If you're not ready for that, this is definitely not your channel, because this channel is about setting us free and healing from the trauma of the Pisces old establishment and trying to push in the new humanitarian Aquarius age. That's what it's about. Okay? That's my focus, is to help you heal, help you get on the right track, get on your North Node, your mission, your direction, your purpose, And the only way you're really going to be effective in those missions and in your purpose is if you're healed. And it's my job to help facilitate that. I take it incredibly seriously, and it's an honor at the same time. And I'm in complete gratitude to those of you that feel that I am capable of helping you achieve your missions, your goals, your future in the age of Aquarius. Okay. Anyway, so we have all this interesting energy and even more to add to it in Taurus. We've got our north node over there. We got Mercury retrograding up to that node, making sure you got the memo. Are you on the right track? Are you on the right path? Did you hear us? You know? And then we have the sun at 18 degrees, Taurus tropically, and Uranus, Aquarius's second planetary ruler, in grand conjunction in Taurus at 18 degrees. So there's going to be basically the heat energy from the sun coming up with the rebel Uranus. Some of you might feel a little snappy with somebody else. Try to rein that in. Because remember, if you hurt somebody, you're actually hurting yourself at the same time. There are no winners in a war. Everybody walks away a loser. That's what people don't seem to understand. Oh, I'm going to win that. I'm going to win that war. Yeah. No, no, you don't. Nobody wins. Okay. So try to remember that, because whenever you hurt somebody else, and we're all connected, by the way, it's 555 right now. Here we go again. A repeater. Just happened to glance over. We got 555 and 2 5s on the table. Transformation energy, that past transitioning from that Scorpio South node into our Dharma. Leaving karma behind. That is not an easy trick to manage and to continue walking in Dharma, because these little guys, these goblins on this card, this is internal speak, your self-talk, and it's also exterior, because it's funny that whenever you really get happy and you're really walking in Dharma, these little guys like to raise their ugly heads. And it's either internal self-talk from the past, you're not good enough, blah, 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 or it's people on the outside that think that they have some sort of right to critique. So you may be facing some of this tomorrow. It's those things that creep up. And with Mercury retrograde, it's definitely somebody from your past. It's been a past issue within yourself or outside of yourself. And it feels like mostly it's outside. But be careful that you're not being hard on yourselves inside. Don't let your internal dialogue control you. Okay? You have to overcome that. Those feelings of self-worth and things like that. You need to stay in the beautiful energy of the Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn energy. And it just so happens that the moon is in Capricorn. Okay? And let's talk about that. The moon. The moon in Capricorn. Keep in mind, this is tropically. Vedically, it will be in Sagittarius, which is liver, hips, thighs, sacrum. In Capricorn, it is your backbone, your joints, your knees, your skin, and hair. Okay? So if you're experiencing any aches and pains, etc., in those vicinities, don't be shocked. It's where the moon's at. But we are in waning moon, where the light is receding from the surface of the moon, and that is all systems go for surgeries, procedures, things like that. Just try to avoid liver, hips, thighs, sacrum surgeries, backbone, joints, knees, and any skin treatments or getting your hair cut even might not be a good idea. Seriously, not kidding. Over the next 3 days. Okay. So that's where we're at with the moon. And remember, Capricorn is the double card. So these goblins can be things cropping up like bad habits that you've done in the past that you thought you shook. And there's might be some sort of temptation. Okay. So keep that in mind. As far as the energy goes with the collective, it's really funny because it's like there's all this air energy that's being real combative with fire energy. And on the level of soul level, that is definitely what you're passionate about and what you're thinking. Okay? And so this could be internal goblins, basically. Internal demons, bad habits and things like that. And then on a grander scale, this would be like extreme heat. Okay. And you have that energy of air and fire. So heat and air rising up. And with water, with that water energy, with Venus and Mars, where they're at, and Neptune and Saturn and Pisces, storms. So definitely over the next, I don't know, few days anyway, I feel like we're gonna see a lot of what you call spin ups. So tornadoes and water spouts are very likely. So keep in mind, and it's really weird. It's like we're trying to capture water, emotion, energy. It's or trapping it. Yeah, it's like it's trapped energy that's causing it. I remember we had fire energy not so long ago trapped behind a gate. And then we had that bottlenecking energy, and that energy's still there. I still feel it. So a lot of that going on. Anyway, let's get on with the reading itself. Fives. It's all about the fives. Transition energy. That south node of the past. Transitioning and fighting that good fight with that transition. Goblins. Card 5. Fear is an illusion. Choose love today. Choose love. The green energy. Heart chakra. 528 hertz. Choose love. Choose that. Forgive yourself and others. Now remember, when you're forgiving others, it doesn't mean you have to resubject yourself to the narcissist, the goblins. They always come out to play. They always rear their ugly head when you're really making progress. So if you try to look at the whole, what I call the holodeck, the grand machine that we're part of, some people would call it a matrix. When you're part of that, you're at the whims of those planets. And if you try to remember and look at this more in a way that it's like a quest, and more try to envision it more as a game that we're playing. And the game is to stay on your tightrope, walking that center line between ego and doormat, okay? Walking in Dharma, trying not to hurt anybody, and you got all this energy pulling at you from both sides, okay? Try to think of it that way. And your quest is to stay in Dharma. Don't cause any new karma. That is one of the hardest things you can possibly do, is walk that line. But it's the most rewarding and gratifying if you stay on target and on path. Okay? Goblins are born when you're wounded and something essential is lost in that experience. Here's the struggle. Competitors, people being competitive. You know, the age of Pisces, where everybody thinks they have to compete, you know. And if you look like you're happy and I'm not feeling happy, I'm going to do everything I can to ruin your day so you feel as ugly and as unhappy as I am. That's narcissists. That's what they do. They can't stand the idea that you might have some happiness. And they will always show up when you are. And your quest is to forgive them and keep moving forward and ignore it. Okay? Hopefully they'll come around and realize what they need to do, which is what we're doing, is the work, the shadow work, getting rid of past trauma and karma. Okay? Notice those rhyme. There's a reason. Anyway, from that point on, as you forget your wholeness, they remain with you in the shadows. There, they remind you of what brought them into being by mimicking your own voice, tricking you into believing that you're unworthy, victimized, or unlovable. Don't, like I said, do not get in victim mentality. Yes, we have suffered our losses, but when you start playing victim and doormat, they'll, they'll be all over you like vampires, sucking your energy dry. Okay? So don't get in that. They hold you hostage through low self-worth, self-sabotage, and the feeling that you're lacking what you need. If goblins pay you a visit, know that they represent the shadow of your own self or someone else's, and that they're leading you into a potentially reactive situation. A goblin, the, a goblin's card's appearance is an opportunity for growth, however, and a signal that you must love yourself. Not to the point of being a narcissist. Don't love yourself so much that you say something stupid and get some karma over it, okay? No human is without flaws. Now that's a fact. The goblin's message is that you must release resentments and negative self-talk. So if you feel resentful towards somebody else, you got to release that, okay? It's really weird because the people that have hurt me the most, I don't resent them. I actually feel empathy for them. It's very strange. It's like Well, it can be very much the, what is that called? That that syndrome that somebody gets where they feel sorry for their captors when they've been taken hostage, right? You feel sorry for them. It's like, man, just think of it that way. Aren't you just damn glad you're not them? I told my husband, I look at him and say, I am so glad I'm not them. But at the same time, I feel so sorry for them. Don't you? I mean, if you cared and you have care, love in your heart, right? Remain in love energy in green, 528 hertz energy, vibrating high. You're going to feel sorry for them because you know where they're trapped. And it's their own internal sabotage. They're sabotaging. That is self-sabotaging behavior when they get the green meanies, the jealousy and all the ugly, look at the 7 deadly sins. There you go. That's the scar. Okay. Anyway, within you is a spark of the divine. Ask Spirit to help heal you. Okay. Miracles can and do happen. Yes. Miracles. This key, 528 hertz, heart chakra energy, is the miracle key. And when we heal ourselves, it ripples out via osmosis, not kidding, into the waters, into the emotional realm, and starts curing them too via osmosis. Not kidding. Okay, for those that need to hear it, the reverse of this card. It's often difficult to deal with someone else's issues, okay, because they impact your own. No one is perfect, but in this case, you're particularly vulnerable to being manipulated. Yes, emotional manipulation, the water energy. Like I said, it's like trying to capture you via your emotions, trying to get at you through your green heart energy. Okay? Don't fall for emotional manipulation. Goblins want to come out to play and they're going to try to drag you or trap you into that. You got to stay in Dharma. Okay? Don't take this world personally. When the goblin card arrives reversed, it's a sign to step back with detachment. It's like they say, if you're avoiding somebody that's narcissistic or having narcissistic um, tendencies, and like I said, narcissism, there's varying levels from the highest psychopathy to sociopathy, and then, it's just varying degrees of the same issue, disconnected from their heart chakras. Okay? And it's like they say, detach. You need to rise above it all and keep your vibration up. Okay? Don't let them drag you down into the muck and the mire. Okay? Don't let other people's stuff lead you into reacting from an old wound. Okay? Love yourself unconditionally. Set boundaries, and your goblins will fall asleep. It's funny because that happens with me all the time. Everything will be going great, and all of a sudden, bam, they start appearing. I'm not kidding. And for me, it's from Mercury ruled signs. You in the comments, tell me if you guys have that happen, and have you noticed a particular pattern with it? And is it a particular sun sign or a particular thing that keeps popping up? Okay. Let me know in the comments if you experience that same thing, because I do. When you start walking in Dharma, in 10 of cups, in 9 of cups, okay? When you start walking in that, These guys come out to play. They do. They just do. And you just have to keep on moving and ignore it pretty much. Detachment. Love is the only answer. And loving yourself is the main thing. And part of that self-love is meditation, getting that key 528 hertz in your life every day. There's so many benefits to this key that I can't even, I just can't understand why somebody wouldn't want to try it. It's hard as an Aquarius to wrap your mind around others that don't want to heal. They're so stuck in the goblin energy, victim mentality, narcissistic vampiric mentality, um, can't stand to see somebody else succeed mentality, right? So think about that. Don't let them drag you down in the mud, okay? Keep practicing self-love. Keep your vibration high. 528 hertz will definitely help that. And you're releasing toxins and trauma. When you do that Marion method, it's in the playlist, okay? I describe how you're supposed to do that. You can do it for yourself. That's the amazing thing, okay? Anyway, like I said, information in the description box below to acquire your 528 hertz key to miracles, okay? That energy will take you a long ways. And let's look at this Five of Wands real quick. Because, yeah, that's the struggle. Competition. Astrologically, this is the sun in Leo. It's about rulership. So maybe people trying to one-up you. See what I'm saying? Holding your center and finding peace. Those are the key words. Hold your center. Stay in Dharma. Walk the line, that center line. The Five of Wands erupts with change, conflict, and struggle, but it also brings the opportunity for expansion and renewal. Internally, the fiery energy of Wands ignites a restlessness that doesn't want to be held back. Externally, the Five of Wands creates chaos in different aspects of your life. It signals a challenging, energetic time that is exciting, scary, and confusing all at the same time. Everything seems to be shifting and moving in different directions. The calm, comfortable place you once enjoyed is falling apart. The key to the Five of Wands is to hold onto your spiritual center as both the inner self and the outer self confronts change and navigates conflict. Okay? Confronting the goblins. Holding your spiritual center has nothing to do with your ego. Your spiritual center embodies your inner personal power, standing your ground, where you can find peace and balance during the chaos of life. The gift of the Five of Wands is rebirth into a new identity, lifestyle, or path. The Five of Wands brings upheaval within the inner and outer structures of life that do not support your spiritual evolution. It is happening. The more you fight it, the harder the process will be. The fiery, aggressive wand energy burns away outdated parts of the psyche and your physical environment to create space for growth and expansion. Internally, the Kundalini has awakened, shaking things up, ascending upwards to birth a new expression into the intellectual conscious. If you can harness this creative energy, it will awaken new ways of thinking and creating. Metaphorically, the physical body is the eggshell breaking apart as a new life emerges. The Five of Wands forces you to stretch and grow, breaking out of your shell, transcending to a higher level of spirituality and living an authentic life. When the Five of Wands appears, you will experience change, struggle, and transition into your life. But if you're up to the challenge, the Five of Wands will generate breakthroughs in your lifestyles, your values, and your ideas. It forces you to confront and burn away outgrown beliefs and patterns, moving you forward into transformation and growth. This card invites you to participate and test your abilities in life's games of rivalry and competitions. So some of you may be, have competitors for the same job or the same lover or whatever, okay? This powerful energy of wands will push you to new heights in career, relationships, and achievements. It is not an easy energy to manage, but if you can, you will empower yourself and your life. In the image of the Five of Wands, a volcano is erupting, illustrating the masculine creative force that wants to explode into the earth. This energy is creating chaos, disrupting the otherwise peaceful evening. The woman is connected to the volcano and the fiery pool of spiraling creative energy. She is holding her center as the Kundalini star erupts within, and the burning energy flows through her out to the world of matter. Her protective green cloak represents rebirth, growth, and harmony. She holds the 5 white calla lilies, bringing light within, over her heart chakra, symbolizing the peace she holds in her heart during the disruptions of life. The 5 wands, 5 senses of man, are budding into expression, seeking spiritual and physical balance. Yeah, maintaining that balance. Maintaining Dharma. Okay. Anyway, so there you go. So tomorrow, or, like I said, this energy can kind of flow for the collective in or out uh, a few days, but definitely storms because we have this reaction between air, fire, and water. So storms, tornadoes, cyclones, water spouts, and that sort of thing. So basically expect the unexpected, pretty much. And then you also may be competing for positions in career. Anything's possible. And also, this is the struggle to give birth. Okay, so some of you might actually be going into labor. That's a possibility. So keep that in mind. Okay. Anyway, I hope you have a really grand Tuesday. And yes, infinite gratitude, love, heart, Terra, spelled backwards, to all of you. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Remember to breathe and self-love. Keep that 528 Hertz energy alive and flowing. It cures this. Okay? Cures the goblins. Have a great day.